Doing a walking aid. He was supposed to use that till January. That's throughout the month of December up until January. We were told that he would have to use it for 6 to 8 weeks. Now, here's the miracle. He was going to pee with it. He got up himself. He was going to pee with it, moving gradually. He got halfway in the living room. For some strange reason, he forgot he was using it and continued to walk unaided to the bathroom. He was in the bathroom when he realized he wasn't using the walking aid. And then he said, "Mommy, I walked to the bathroom myself. I didn't use the walking aid." What God cannot do does not exist. October last year, what started as malaria and infection, like most kids will pick up in school, turned into something else. My first son fell ill and were admitted for the infection and malaria. They said it was vaso-occlusive crisis, okay? Something funny happened. I noticed he wasn't following. I was talking to him. I was saying, "Kaito, I'll see you in the morning." I was talking to him, praying for him, and I noticed he wasn't following. So I put my hand, across his eyes, and he was just looking. His eyes were dancing around. I shook him. He didn't talk. So I tried to open his mouth. I saw his tongue implanted on the lower palate of his mouth. I realized it was a seizure, and then I quickly raised an alarm. Long story short, we left the hospital that night to another hospital. He was diagnosed with sepsis. They said there was fungi in his blood. There was also some bacteria. It was from one treatment to the other. We just continued to switch antibiotics, and we were using the finest of them all. While he was getting better, we noticed his shin became really sore and tender. So he was always complaining of pains. He couldn't stand up, he couldn't walk. He was diagnosed with osteomyelitis when the bone doctor came to look at the leg, and we had to do an MRI. That was the diagnosis, osteomyelitis. I remember it broke my heart, and I was telling God, it can never get worse. How am I here? It was a lot that moment, but I was just holding firm, holding strong, replaying the prayers. When we got back home, he was given a walking aid. He was supposed to use that till January. That's throughout the month of December up until January. We were told that he would have to use it for 6 to 8 weeks. I remember I was watching NSPPD in the morning, and I just whispered. I was really, really down, looking at my son in that state, and I said to God, if you can just put my word in Pastor Jerry's mouth. Few seconds later, it wasn't up to 20 seconds, I just heard osteomyelitis.
Osteomyelitis, osteomyelitis, the devil is alive. Oh, your house, let it be reversed.
I froze. I literally froze. Now, here's the miracle. He was going to pee with it. He got up himself. He was going to pee with it, moving gradually. He got halfway in the living room. For some strange reason, he forgot he was using it and continued to walk unaided to the bathroom. He was in the bathroom when he realized he wasn't using the walking aid. And then he said, "Mommy, I walked to the bathroom myself. I didn't use the walking aid." At some point, I was even saying, "Use it. The doctor said you should use it." And then I realized, are you sure you're not trying to slow down what God is doing? And in fact, we just abandoned it. We had to return it to the hospital when he went back for his 6 or 8 weeks checkup. Yeah, he's been back to school. He's a very active child. I signed him up for karate, and he's been doing fantastic. So I just want to thank God for standing by my family, for keeping us. And when we say what God cannot do does not exist, people think it's because we want to say what every other person is saying. If you've not experienced a wall situation where you're pushed to the wall and there's nowhere else to go, and you know that the only way out is through the obstacle, you would understand what God cannot do does not exist. I had to come back here to say what God cannot do does not exist. Thank you.